Indie Mogul.
What's up, Mogulers? Welcome to this week's episode of Movie Quest, episode 24, Fan Films. Now, we have a lot to get to this week, but before we do, I just wanted to comment on Griffin's introduction from last week. We had shot last week's episode before he put his introduction up, so, I was blown away by his introduction. Loved it. I was excited. We completely agree with what he had to say. Now, we want Movie Quest to be a great supplement to Indie Mogul, but we understand most of you are here, if not all of you, because you want to learn something about filmmaking. And we get that. Once there's a show again that teaches you something about filmmaking, we want our show to become a showcase for you to show your works and what you've learned from watching this channel. Now, I don't know what the show is going to be yet. Whatever it is, I have complete faith in Griffin. Now, with that being said and out of the way, a little awkward for me. Normally at this point, I would confer over to Chad. Chad's lost his voice. No voice.
I can't talk.
It's terrible, terrible. A man like that to be without his voice. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do the Fat Waldo movie we had talked about last week. But we are going to do it in a few weeks. Don't worry. But luckily, all is not lost this week. We have a savior. His name, Justin Johnson. Oh, that's great. Yeah, Justin's going to be translating for Chad. So Chad, just as a test, let us know how excited you are for this week's episode.
I'm so f***ing excited. Chad.
Hey, this is a great system. I like this.
I will do full nude this episode. Full nude. Chad.
Alright, let's get to the playlist for this week. First up, we're going to be replaying our old fan film for G.I. Joe, called G.I. Joe: The Rise of a Newbie. It was made back when the first G.I. Joe movie came out as a test film for Backyard Effects, and that rocket launcher you see on Chad's shoulder there. After that comes a Fallout fan film called Fallout: The Wastes from the Rogue Division. Now, this one looks great, sounds great, it's very well put together. Another cool thing is that they collaborated with a group called Lightbox Productions, who shot their own movie that takes place at the exact same time. The second part is going to be placed after the outro in this week's playlist. Following that, from the channel, Chad, how would you say this one?
No idea.
URHIH. That's memorable enough. This one's Rambo 5000, and this one features this kid playing Rambo in a fan film, which may not seem like it makes a whole lot of sense, but he's awesome. He starts shooting, and he shoots some more things, a whole lot of things explode. This one really won me over by the end. Very cool video. After that, a topical film called Trump Roasts Obama vs. Predator from our good friends over at Too Lazy to Live. This one's an animated movie, and they definitely have their own weird, creepy style. You'll probably tell that by looking at these images now, but creepy, but very funny. And finally, from Snowgum Films, Discworld Troll Bridge teaser. A fan film for an old Terry Pratchett story called Discworld that has spawned many books and video games, actually, from back in the day that I remember playing, but I was too young to remember what happened. But they were very funny, and Eric Idle was in them, and that's all that mattered at the time. And after the playlist is over, first we're going to be showing that other part of the Fallout movie, like we mentioned, from Lightbox Productions. And after that, from Hillier Smith Studios, it's Assassin's Creed Ciatus Part 2. And if you like it, make sure to watch the entire series. And then ending it with Harry Potter and the Magic Wand. It's funny. Chad, what do you think of this week's playlist, huh?
Okay.
You're taking too long.
Ooh. That? What are you, like Simon Cowell over here all of a sudden? You just don't say things like that to people that get emotional.
Forget it. It's what I learned about you. Now, this week's What I Learned About You is all dedicated to one emailer that we got who actually sent us a full review of the show. His name is Alexander, and he comes from Sweden. Actually, we were going to have Chad read his email. Chad does a really good Swedish accent. Justin, would you like to read the Swedish man's email?
I'm great at Swedish. I lived in Switzerland for like 8 years. Hello, Russell and Chad. First, I have to say you are doing great work with Movie Quest, and I watch it every week. You are getting better and better for each and every episode. BT Dub, keep up the humor because jokes are one of the best parts of the show. I also love this segment, What I Learned About You. The music, the black and white pictures flashing on screen, very funny. Telling yourself and being finished sleep time and learn so I would like to see more dialogue between you two because they were too dark and too much in focus. But what you did in the last episode of December was really good. Otherwise, I have nothing more to say, so keep up the good work and I look forward to future episodes of Movie Quest. Good luck, Alexander K. P.S. Lose the cap. It does not look good on camera!
Justin, you know where Sweden is, right?
Yeah, it's in the Bronx. Now, when do we go nude? Full nude. That's why I came down.
Oh, Justin.
I want to show my Piggly Wiggly.
Alright, everybody, here's your choices. As usual, you should start at the top where it says click here to start. That's us. There's all these other buttons. You could start there too. It would just loop around. It would be really silly if you started in the middle. But people have been known to do it.
They've all died. Horrifically.
Chad, did you say that? Wow.
Start at the top. Or die.
You know, normally Chad instigates all the conversation during the playlist.
You put too much pressure on me to perform. I'm not your f***ing seal.
I didn't know you felt that way.
And you know what? Sometimes I wish you'd take off the freaking hat.
I've told you why I keep the hat on. Keep it on because my hair is just...
Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, you...
Well, you're lucky that, you can grow all that hair.
Chad, I have seen you with some long hair. I have seen it long. I have seen it dyed blonde. I have seen it in cornrows that one time.
Those were bad times for me.
I didn't force you to do this.
You always say that, but you're always forcing me. You always say that whenever you force me to do anything. Russell, you're such a jerk. And why do you just put this pressure on me to be funny, to banter, and make all these things up? I can't just do all these things for you? What am I? I give.